Welcome back to Brother Wolf, Sister Moon Divination. Hello, my dear fellow spirit workers. As I promised you, I wanted to talk a little bit about Spiritismo, Spiritism. And I wanted to draw from the source we've been looking at already in some of the other videos. Unlocking Lukumi, A New World Approach to Yoruba Traditions by Jonathan Baker. So let's go ahead and get into this. Espiritismo, often referred to as Spiritism in English, is a spiritual belief system and a form of religious practice that emerged in the 19th century. It is rooted in the idea that communication with the spirits of the deceased is possible, and that these spirits can offer guidance, wisdom, and healing to the living. Espiritismo is typically associated with a mix of religious and philosophical elements, and has a significant following in various parts of the world. To provide a comprehensive overview, let's delve into its history, origins, contemporary practice, and key practices. History and origins. Espiritismo finds its historical roots in the 19th century, primarily in Europe and the Americas. The movement's inception is often attributed to the experiences and writings of Allan Kardec, the pen name of Hippolyte de Leon Denisard Rival. A French educator and writer, Kardec published the spirits book, Le Livre des Esprits, in 1857, which served as a foundational text for the Espiritismo movement. This book outlined the fundamental principles and practices of communicating with spirits, as Kardec claimed to have done through a process known as mediumship. Espiritismo was influenced by other religious and philosophical traditions, including Enlightenment, rationalism, and the idea of progress. Aimed to reconcile science and spirituality, and sought to bring rationality and empiricism to the study of the supernatural. Contemporary practice. Today, Espiritismo is practiced in various forms and has a diverse following across the world. While it has its strongest presence in countries with Latin American and European influences, such as Brazil, Cuba, and France, it also spread to other regions due to migration and globalization. Different cultural adaptations have given rise to unique branches and practices within Espiritismo, such as Kardechism, closely aligned with Allan Kardec's original teachings, and Afro-Caribbean variants like Santeria and Umbanda. Willie Ramos pointed out the following. Devotees incorporated various elements derived from Congo or Bantu traditions that endured in Cuba, infused with certain nuances of Lukumi. This amalgamation gave rise to the introduction of indigenous origin, tobacco, aguardiente, altars adorned with depictions and carvings of saints and spirits, and the inclusion of spiritual guides from Congos, Carabalis, Lukumi, and other so-called African commissions, Regrettably, it is this synthesis of religious traditions that underlies many of the contemporary disturbances we are witnessing. Kardecian Spiritism, initially tailored for the French elite of its time, served as a classist and racist society. If Allan Kardec and his adherents were to return, or if, as per the tenets of Spiritism, they observe from an alternate realm, they would likely be astounded, as the lineage of Africans and their descendants has appropriated their tradition, interweaving it with elements considered, quote, barbaric, and distorting it in a manner that would be entirely intolerable to original proponents. This is where the term Espiritismo cruzado originally came about. The word cruzado in Spanish implies something that is crossed or mixed or overlapped. It is a bastardization of Kardec's Spiritism blended with Afro-Caribbean and other indigenous elements. We simply use the term Espiritismo for short. And that is a very short summary of Spiritism. I hope this will serve as an intro and that you will continue to investigate on your own. Lots of good traditions. And that story is told over and over again through the diaspora, the African diaspora, and the merging of different cultures coming together during the colonial period. Very dark and violent history, and people trying to survive that and reaching out to their ancestors and looking to nature and other remedies to be strategic and to survive. And so I hope you will continue to investigate the story of Spiritism and hopefully incorporate that, as it's important to our understanding of spirit work. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings. Be well. And as always, God is love.